The fact that this is a newsworthy event in in our world right now is pretty shaka khan to me.
Johnson cleared up the
Caitriona Balfe sat quietly at her dressing table in the Outlander set's dimly lit changing room, the large mirror before her reflecting not only her delicate features but the unmistakable sadness clouding her usually steady eyes. The kind of sadness that forms when a storm brews in the public eye and one must stand firm against rumors sharper than knives. The late afternoon sunlight slipped through the narrow gap in the curtains, casting long amber streaks across the cold cement floor, making the entire room feel like a stage before a confession. With a slow exhale, she lifted her phone, her fingers trembling slightly as she began typing the words she knew would ignite the internet within minutes. A long, sincere post she had been debating for days, torn between remaining silent and stepping forward to protect the truth before it became buried under sensational headlines and speculative gossip. She had watched the whispers grow, watched social media twist Sam's departure from Outlander into a fabricated narrative of personal conflict, most of which revolved around her, placing her unwillingly in the eye of a storm she had no part in creating, and she knew if she did not speak now, silence would be interpreted as guilt. After typing, deleting, rewriting, and rereading every line, she finally gathered her courage and pressed post, sending her message into the world. Her words appeared instantly on Instagram and Twitter. I want to be clear. Sam's decision to leave Outlander, as far as I know, was purely personal and had nothing to do with me. I'm sorry if rumors made me the center of unwanted speculation. That was never my intention. I simply hope that the media will give him space, allow him peace, and let me continue my work without being dragged into narratives that are not mine. Behind her, the studio lights flickered on and off as the crew prepared the evening scenes. But Caitriona remained still, grounded, knowing she had just taken a difficult but necessary step. The post exploded across the internet within minutes. Thousands of likes, shares, and comments cascading down her screen. Entertainment websites pounced immediately, releasing headlines such as Caitriona Balfe breaks silence. Sam left for personal reasons, not because of her or Outlander star addresses false rumors of internal conflict, while comment sections brimmed with mixed reactions. Many fans wrote messages like, "Finally someone spoke clearly," or "I respect her honesty and composure." But others, fueled by skepticism and the need for drama, questioned, how can she be so sure? Is she protecting her image? Reporters rushed to contact her manager, requesting statements, interviews, clarifications, anything that would feed their hunger for attention. But Caitriona denied every single request, later posting a simple story asking journalists to pause discussions about her and allow her personal boundaries to be respected. Even backstage, whispers filtered across the set. One assistant murmured, "She just wants to clear her name and stay out of the mess. She doesn't want people thinking she made Sam leave." Another replied, "But will it even calm things down? The media thrives on chaos." Meanwhile, Caitriona remained in her room, scrolling through supportive comments mixed with stinging criticism, feeling the familiar pressure tightening around her chest, yet also feeling a small sense of relief, because at least she had finally spoken her truth. And sometimes honesty is the only shield a person has in front of the world's harsh glare. As night fell over Edinburgh and the set grew quiet, Caitriona returned to her hotel, exhausted, emotionally drained. She sat on her bed, the soft bedside lamp illuminating her anxiously clasped hands, when suddenly her phone vibrated with a call, and the name flashing on the screen made her breath catch, Sam. She hesitated for a heartbeat, then answered. "Hello, Kat," Sam said softly, his voice warm but weary. "I read your post. Thank you for saying everything so clearly. But I want to know, were you afraid I'd think you felt blamed?" Caitriona swallowed hard, staring at the dark window as city lights shimmered in the glass. "Sam, yes," she admitted truthfully, her voice low. "I was afraid the media would twist everything and make it seem like you left Outlander because of me, and people would believe it. I didn't want you to feel pressured, and I didn't want to become the villain in someone else's story. I wanted to protect both of us, and the truth." There was a long silence, the kind that carries 1,000 unsaid things. Then Sam replied gently, "Thank you, really. I want us to keep the media at arm's length through this. I don't want people thinking you're the reason either. But when I read your leave me alone line, it hit me. I know you're under pressure too. Caitriona exhaled slowly. You're an important person, Sam. If I don't speak up, people will drag you deeper into this mess. I need to protect myself, yes, but I also don't want the world putting blame on your shoulders that doesn't belong there. Sam's voice softened even more. Then we move through this together. We won't let them use us for stories. For a moment, they simply listened to the sound of the night wind whistling outside. Two people sharing the same burden from different rooms, yet connected by the same storm. While they spoke privately, the PR teams from both sides were scrambling elsewhere, meeting urgently to discuss how to control the narrative. They knew that once the internet tasted drama, it demanded more. They planned statements, guidelines, and boundaries to ensure neither Sam nor Caitriona would be cornered into interviews or manipulated into conflict for the sake of headlines. Meanwhile, Caitriona lay back on her pillow after the call ended, staring at the ceiling, feeling a strange mix of relief and sadness. Relieved that Sam understood her intentions, saddened that a farewell he deserved to control had turned into public speculation, dragging her name through unnecessary mud. She closed her eyes, thinking about the years they had worked together, the trust built on countless scenes, emotional climaxes, battles, laughter, and moments shared on and off screen. It hurt her deeply that her co-star's personal decision had been turned into gossip partly centered on her, as though her identity had become a magnet for scandal simply because she was a woman working beside a man the world adored. And yet, she also knew that this was the price of fame, the loss of privacy, the distortion of truth, and the constant need to clarify what should never have required clarification in the first place. Still, she believed she had done the right thing by speaking up, even if it exposed her to scrutiny. Across town, Sam, in his quiet villa, read her post again, deeply moved, knowing Caitriona had taken a risk to defend the truth. Though exhausted by the rumors, he felt grateful that someone who had shared a decade of storytelling with him still stood beside him in honesty, even in moments where silence would have been easier. The night stretched long for both of them, but beneath all the noise, one truth remained unshakable. Sam left for reasons of health, personal healing, and emotional necessity, and Caitriona had nothing to do with it. She simply became a shadow in his story because the world needed someone to point fingers at. And now, with her message out in the world and Sam's voice reinforcing the truth, the storm would eventually settle, leaving behind not scandal, but clarity, respect, and a reminder that even in a world obsessed with narratives, some stories are
a reveal, like a gender reveal.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. I don't know.
The next morning, the conference room at Outlander's PR headquarters was overflowing with tension as representatives from the production team, media coordinators, legal advisors, and both Sam and Caitriona's managers sat around a long table scattered with printed headlines, social media screenshots, and freshly published articles linking Sam's departure to Caitriona's recent statement. A PR official tapped his fingers rhythmically against the polished surface, eyes scanning the chaotic slideshow projected onto the wall. Caitriona's post has stirred the pot, he said, voice firm yet cautious. She isn't hiding. She's speaking openly. But if we don't take control now, the media will keep twisting the narrative, comparing her to Sam and spreading theories about personal conflicts. Caitriona's manager leaned forward, exhaling slowly. She doesn't want a PR campaign. She wants silence, dignity, and for the media to stop poking into something that isn't her story. If she gets respect, she'll refrain from further comments. The PR lead clicked through another slide filled with inflammatory headlines. Then we issue a joint statement, simple, factual, no drama. We confirm Sam left for personal reasons, officially sanctioned, and that Caitriona had no involvement. And then we request privacy for both. A lawyer, glasses perched low on his nose, nodded. We can include a legal clause. If outlets continue targeting Caitriona, we'll send warnings demanding retraction. If necessary, we escalate. The team agreed quickly. The objective was not to escalate the scandal, but to extinguish it quietly. From her hotel room, Caitriona listened to the plan over the phone, relief softening her features, though she knew winning against the media was rarely straightforward. In the hours following her statement, the Outlander fandom split sharply into two camps. The supporters praised her clarity and composure, reposting her message with captions like, "She's always stood by the story with grace. She doesn't deserve this blame," or "She's been with Jamie since the beginning. She's earned respect." Others remained skeptical, speculating whether she spoke out to protect her image or whether she knew more than she was letting on. A popular blogger even wrote, "Does Caitriona know a secret? Silence is powerful, but speaking up can be even more telling." And the post spread rapidly across platforms. Caitriona skimmed through the comments briefly, overwhelmed by the mixture of reassurance and suspicion, and decided to stay offline as much as possible. In a small, private live stream for her closest supporters on Patreon and a private group, she spoke softly, choosing her words with care. "Thank you to those who support and believe in me," she said, eyes glossy under the low light. "I know there are doubts and questions, but I only want to say this.